I'm gonna bring you Blaze versus Mayhem. These two teams are incredibly high skilled. I believe they're both either in or approaching the diamond tier. It's gonna be a diamond and gold matchup, actually. I just looked it up, so yeah, definitely a pretty high ranked match. Some of the best teams on the NA, some of the best players as well. Gonna square off here, and we're gonna probably get a high intensity league match going for us here, ladies and gentlemen. Jumping straight on into the map bans. Our first ban coming out of Blaze. We're going to have a ban of Cargo. Then Mayhem are going to be banning Suburbia. I believe they banned Suburbia every single time, so there's really nothing new to be learned here. First map is going to be Quarantine. Let me just put that on the board for y'all. And then kind of head on over to the statistics while we wait for the fifth and final member of Blaze to cycle on in. Previous matches have kind of gone either way for these two teams. Back in the old days of Season 5, when Mayhem was called Stone Cold Killers, they were able to beat Blaze before in an 8-10, but Blaze got the extra points because they just won more rounds, but they still lost nonetheless. But after that, Blaze kind of got another one on Stone Cold Killers when in Season 6 they were able to beat them 9-10. Season 8 we had a matchup between Blaze and Mayhem again, and went in Mayhem's favor this time, 4-12. And then Season 9 we already had a matchup between them, and Blaze emerged victorious in a very close matchup of 8-9. So we're definitely going to see some pretty close gameplay here tonight, and I am very excited. Going over the current roster that we have on the initial lineup. On Blaze's side, with 4 members as of right now, they're still waiting on their 5th. We have Noman, Prefontaine, Zero, and Squigukin. On Mayhem's side, we have Wookie, Potato Bod, Defilade, James, Boke, and Technic. We go over to Blaze's actual roster. We can either see Verds, Batman, or Cryocell. That can be cycling in one of those bunch. We've been seeing a lot of Verds playing lately, so I'm going to imagine that's who they're going to play first, or Silent. And just a quick word from our sponsor as well while we wait. VRML and all the the Onward VRML specifically is sponsored by ProTube VR and VR Cover. They give out little goodies to our winners. Because of that, GlobalChem probably have a million different Pro Tubes and VR covers, and you ask, they might just give you one. At this rate, I don't know. The 5th member for Blaze will be Verd's Eye View. And hopefully we can get these games underway for y'all. As we said for you before, first map is going to be Quarantine. The first objective is going to be the ambulance objective, and we say this so many times. This is such a hard objective to defend. It is incredibly open, and you'll see why. We cut to the in-game camera. I'm just going to reiterate my thoughts on it. It is just very open. It's very easy to get flanked, and you do get flanked. There's nowhere for the defense to hide, and that could allow Marsoc to get on. There are some good angles for the defense to hold, and if they're able to hold those angles properly, that's how you defend it. You have to defend it before the enemy gets to the objective. You can't let them get too close, otherwise they're going to start picking holes in your defense, and they're just going to let you in. Just messaging the team captain saying that we are good to go on the VRML side. That helping to Get you into this action ASAP. We know it's a little bit of a later one for y'all. We're going to drop into the action here. I'm wondering if it's actually streaming or not, but regardless, we'll figure this out later. Potato Bot's able to find Verds. Potato Bot's able to actually get that refrag. No one's able to find James Boak.
Yeah, I took shots at him. I don't know if he's down, though.
When it looks like the stream is happening, so that's good. Was worried there for a second that something went wrong with my stream keys or whatnot. No one's going to try to kill himself. Zero found something himself, if I am not mistaken. I'm a little bit flabbergasted because I was shocked for a second, thinking that the stream wasn't happening at all when I checked my websites and whatnot. Wasn't showing a stream happening, and obviously concerned me there for a second. Zero double tapping his own kill, but he's clearly not that good at it. And now we're beginning to see a bit of a maneuver from the Blaze side here. I kind of catch up on what's been going on here in this first round. Like I said, I was kind of a little thrown off by something temporarily, but we're back in it now. The maneuver trying to circle the objective coming out of Blaze. They only have 3 members strong, but only 2 members of Mayhem are left in existence. Off mid-map coming from Zero. I think he's going to try to make the cross across the street through the ambulance.
I got one in the far east. He's over by the trucks.
Now, Noman's beginning to make his rotation across the street here. It's a little bit exposed, but he should be able to do it just fine given how Mayhem's defense is set up as of right now. Now, there is a little gap where Defilade can peek. Oh, and that peek happens. I think Defilade identified it. Oh, no, he didn't. He wasn't looking the right way. He's still trying to hold his own angle. I think Noman's identified it, though. Noman's not sure about it, but he is correct. I don't even think Defilade's even aware of that cross that he could have potentially seen, but the hardware could come into effect here as when you're in VR, you have a very limited field of view. Nade goes off onto objective, but neither of them are directly on it. Technic is spotted by Noman. This gives Defilade a bit of a fair warning there. Noman's able to rotate across the wall before Defilade can do anything about it. Defilade's going to try to rotate back now onto the objective by trying to cross the street. Another nade goes out. It won't be able to find purchase. That will be Squigookin trying to work his way onto that objective area. The resable member of Mayhem has bled out. He will not be getting rezzed this round. Couple of smokes going around. Defilade's able to find Squigookin with an amazing nade. couple smokes are going to go off here. No one's going to try to take down on objective. And he's able to find Technic. Now it's all up to Deflate as well. But he gets shot by Deflate on that refrag. And now Deflate's doing a very interesting thing here. He's completely rotated away from the objective for Zero to go in and cap on. And that's exactly what he's doing. I don't think Deflate's battle senses are working today, as Blaze will immediately go up 2 points on round 1. Yeah, when you're the last guy up, you have to check your tablet. You have to know that you have to be on objective. I think that's like one of the basic rules of Onward. That was way too easy for Zero to do. That was incredibly easy. He didn't even take a single shot. Well, this is definitely a great start for Blaze on Quarantine. Going up 2 points with a very clean cap under their belt. My only quell with this is that we're going to have less Quarantine to play. Now Mayhem will get a chance to attack this objective. They answer back with the cap. We don't know. That's what we are here to find out. What I do know is I'm pretty sure Blaze is not going to leave the objective as open as Mayhem has just did. Regardless of the outcome now, we're going to hop into round 2 now. Well, smokes there cover across. Looks like Blaze is going to try to spread their defense out. Judging by those placements. Smokes are decent and hopefully should allow for a good cross. They don't have to worry about any rooftop spawn. So Prefontaine will have a pretty clean commute over to his defensive spot. It looks like he's actually going to try to go to the 3-story. He's going to encounter some people by then. He's already able to find one. He's able to find Defilade straight off the get-go. Ducks back for cover, but he's about to get flanked by the people who've opted to go along the ridge line. That is Technic, specifically. Might have some action happening up on Tank's side. James Bulk's able to find Pre. Able to clear up that South Hills for Technic. At least slightly. The only issue now for him is that one of his crosses is being watched by Verts. Ooh, no. He's actually clean now. Verts is not able to watch Technic's cross because he's already gotten past that point for Verts to watch before Verts could even get to that point to monitor it. He's pretty clean to go now. Maybe give Blaze a little bit of trouble. Like the Technic is having some issues getting across there. He's a little bit worried about getting suppressed himself. Now James is going to make a push up. He's going to get some fire. Ooh, definitely. Ooh. Verts is able to find James Bulk. It's a trade, actually. James is going to get the better of that one, but only issue with that res is we already know that Zero was monitoring that cross before. Now Potato's going to try to attempt the same thing. He's going to be able to successfully do it without any issue coming from Zero. Zero's not going to test those confirmations at all, but now he's going to launch a nade at Potato, and it's going to fall just a little short. Potato's able to duck into cover now. He knows exactly where Zero's at now. He's able to find Squigookin. Blaze is quickly kind of teetering off here a little bit. They've only got 2 people up, and they're both pretty far off of objective. One's on the plane wing, so he has a visual, but if he goes down, it's up to Zero to defend, and 4 Mayhem members strong. They could force a cap if they really got their manpower together. Zero's beginning his rotation. I think he realizes what kind of a situation he's in. Plane wing has identified Potato Bot. On the plane wing, we have Noman himself, team captain, and fellow co-caster. Got to give him a little shout out. Drone coming out from Mayhem now. We're going to probably identify where it's at by Noman's shots at it. He's not able to... Not the master of anti-aircraft fire just yet. Especially when the aircraft in question is about the size of a UPS package. Zero makes his rotation across the street. He's able to do it under Potato Bot's watch.
What are you doing? Crossing.
Now we're into a what it feels like a 2v2 right now. Mayhem hasn't really consolidated their forces just yet. Probably gonna have a 2v2v2 coming up here because the other 2, I'm saying 2 a lot. The other 2 members of Mayhem are still on the north side, and they are not helping this push at all. There is a member on the south side who's kind of monitoring it. Technic is there. No one's gonna trade with James Boak. Now it's up to Zero himself to defend this objective. Luckily, he is actually on it this time and probably not gonna rotate away. Oh man, but he's got a line of fire right on him from Tech. Technic's a good sniper, but Wookiee's actually gonna be the one to finish that off. And Mayhem will get a point of their own. Good stuff coming out of Mayhem, being able to effectively pick off the defense as they moved along, communicating exactly where these positions were, and just surrounding the objective to the point where the rotation had to happen onto objective, and weren't able to force a cap, granted, but still was a good offense nonetheless. We're going to be moving our objectives now, judging by the little on-screen TV that we got up top there. Thanks, Noman, as well for that. We're going to be moving over to the garage objective. This one's a very fun one to cast. If you ask me as a player, I'm going to have a little bit of a different answer. It's a bit of a nightmare at times. It does provide a lot of cover, but at the same time, the places that you have to cover are incredibly exposed to the rooftops. So if you're going to defend this objective very effectively, hold that rooftop. Hop into the round now. We're gonna see how Mayhem are going to defend here. Fire's going off there. Looks like Deflate's practicing his throw. Not even carrying a gun on him. He's gonna straight up nade. See what comes out of this. I think he's identified that the spawn is south now. I don't even know what his plan is. Is he carrying something? Yes, he is. He does. Okay, he does have a tar, so he didn't like throw it off of spawn. I had to be a little confused there for a second. Ross is gonna come south from Blaze. Noman actually be leading that charge. No shield play just yet. Shield can be helpful for identifying where enemy defenses are. Those early minutes of the round. Now, no one's going to get into a pretty exposed little spot here, and he might not be able to make this rotation in general. He's going to be watched from the rooftop courtyard and from burning courtyard. Now the bit of a pause in play coming from Blaze here as they kind of formulate or pause for the attack. Wait for their two other members in the back. They're really trying to shut down a flank here. I feel like David Attenborough right now watching a great migration of snails. I would do the accent just to be goofy. Wow, that's the time to run across is right at the most exposed point in the entire thing, but okay. They have emerged from their larva, sprouted into big, beautiful butterflies. About all the humor you're gonna get out of from me. Still watching these angles. Let's go take a look at how Mayhem is set up their defense for a second here. We got Wookie in the front courtyard. His job will be to watch the ambulance, and James Bogue will be able to find Noman. That's one less for Blaze to work with. Good news for Mayhem. We got James also kind of watching up there. It's good because it's kind of a 1-2 punch here. Verts is going to try to get that refrag here. It's kind of more on Wookie to be able to identify that. No, you can keep going, Wookie. You can keep going with it. Able to identify Wookie's, or I'm sorry, Verts' gun. Wookie's not able to identify Verts' gun. Words, hard. English, hard. Game's gonna make a very risky rotation here. He's gonna be shut down by Verts. Now, I'm sorry, James is going to make the rotation. Going to get shut down by Verts. Wookie now is a good opportunity for a refrag. I don't even know if he's really aware. Really hard spot for him to detect, but Verts is able to detect it. I think Wookie has an idea that Verts is at that courtyard. Verts now makes the rotation over to another wall, trying to avoid the nade. He's actually trying to find an angle onto Wookie. Pretty cheeky, and it might just work. He's at the car now. Some pretty aggressive rotations coming out here. Blaze and Mayhem both 4 strong right now, but that could change in these few seconds here. Only 2 minutes remaining on the clock here. The pressure is on. Squigookin's able to find Potato Bot. Birds is checking his little tablet there. A little bit of smoke coming out there. Wookie tosses that nade. It won't go far enough to Verts' original location, but a C4 going out as well. Technic's able to find Verts anyway, so that C4 is kind of in vain. I think Wookie realized that. It just blew it up.
I'll get him.
Oh, but... wow, what a duck! Technic's able to dodge the shots from Squigookin. There's a team kill on Mayhem's side, so now it's all up to Technic to defend this objective or try to get this res onto Potato. That's going to be a very tall order. Squigookin begins to make his cross right now. He's able to... wow! Technic's able to dodge that. He gets the res out. But Squigookin will get a double. Prefontaine will also find Technic as well. And Blaze will get another point. Very good finish off from Blaze there, being able to identify the situation pretty quickly, realizing that Technic was making that rotation onto the objective. Try to go for those reses. That team kill was definitely not what Mayhem needed either. Now Blaze is on map point. Might be able to easily take map 1 under their belt, but Mayhem have got to change it up here if they want to be able to get that first map advantage. He's using up all 2 minutes of their time to strategize. We'll have the same objective for Mayhem to attack this time. They've been pretty good on their offense rounds. They have already got a point squared away on the previous round, but not as effective as Blaze so far, with that one cap making all the difference right now. Gonna go on a pretty far flank out. It looks like Blaze is gonna have that lane covered there. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens here. You're looking for a guy as far as Technic from the garage objective. You gotta have a high-end headset to be able to identify that. And we're not talking just sheer resolution. We're talking pixel density. The index is great for this because even though it doesn't have that OLED screen, the pixel density that it provides for having just straight up normal LED screens, it eliminates the screen door effect and makes identifying enemies out on those rocks so much easier. I do believe the Vive Pro can also really identify those things as well, but I do not have a Vive Pro, so I will not be able to speak from experience. Wookiee's gonna take some pot shots onto the rooftop. Birds is gonna be defending that. He's been pretty hard to kill lately, so definitely